So, Gaffer, Lingy, thanks for joining me late at night, using the powers of technology as we're all in different places. Gaffer, I know you wanted to make it clear that that's not your house in the background.
I would definitely not have green curtains in my house. So, yeah, at the moment, I'm in a hotel in Shrewsbury.
So, transfer window is now closed. So, I'll start with you first, Gaffer. So, just your assessments of the window. How pleased are you with how it's gone? How pleased are you with your squad?
I think we've got a good squad. Like I said, the only thing that we're probably lacking is just that little bit of experience. But when you look at the market, what it is this summer, the experienced players that are proven at the level are so expensive. You know, there's a lot of clubs that have spent a hell of a lot of money. So then we've got decisions to make. Do we want to get experienced players that have played 400-500 games, flickering between League Two and League One, or do we want to go and get young, exciting players? So we've took the viewpoint that we've worked well with young players in the past. You look at the last couple of seasons, some of our best players has been El Mazouni, young player on his second loan, Shaq Ford. So we thought that we go down that route. You look at the young players that signed permanently, Ollie O'Neill, Ethan Galbraith, Jordan Brown. So I think we've got a really young, exciting squad. I don't want the first three results to cloud people's thoughts in we haven't got a good enough squad. We have. We could easily be sat here now on 6 points. We're not, but we've got an exciting squad. I think when you speak to the opposing managers, they're all aware that Leyton Orient have energy, have athleticism, and have a lot of ability in the team. So in all, I think I'm really pleased with the squad.
And Lingy, the Gaffer kind of touched on it there, but do you think our track record with younger players gives us that real confidence in ourselves that, you know, we can keep going down this route and we've got full faith in ourselves to you know, find the other gems like your Ethans, like your Ollies, as the Gaffer said?
Yeah, I think that the success that Richie's had over the last 2 and a bit years, and the young players that, you know, I can't name a young player that's come here and has probably not improved through being with us. Now, that's whether they're our own players or other players on loan. It also gives clubs confidence to send their players to us and trust us with their players. You know, someone like Jamie Donnelly, if for an example, you know, there was a nucleus of clubs after him, but they know style of play that Richie plays, how he develops young players, and what young players have done here previously. So we get the choice of better loan players because of the track record that Richie's done over the last 2 years. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, it's a little bit of a gamble. We've got some experience in the side, but not a lot. But I think we sit here, you know, sitting at the end of the window with a situation where we've got, you know, 2 players for every position, and it's exciting times. And as I go back to what Richie said there, I just feel that don't get clouded with results so far. I think there's been some good performances in them 3 games, and we've probably played against 3 of the top 4. Well, we have played against 3 of the top 4 in the bookies betting. So I feel there's better times on the horizon.
And Gaffer, you and Lingy obviously work very closely, you know, throughout the year, but at this time of year in particular. How important is that relationship that you and him have?
No, I think we have a relationship where we can speak about anything. We don't have to sit down. You know, there's a lot of people employed in football, manager, director of football, recruitment, whatever it may be, and all they ever do is speak about football. We've got a relationship where we can speak about a lot of things. So he's not a director of football. He's not in the club. He's in the club every day. So if we spoke about signings and players or football every day, it would get a little bit boring. So we've got a relationship where we don't have to speak about football. Obviously, at this time of year, we need to speak about signings and new players, and we do that on a regular basis. This is not. We don't have scheduled meetings where we need to book in with each other. We're very casual. He can come in the office. We have a communal office at the club. He can come in whenever he wants, or I can walk over to where he works, and we'll just have a general conversation about a player or whatever it may be. It's very informal and relaxed, and we've got ongoing conversations that happen every day. I will touch on one thing as well. We are inexperienced, but we have to remember that we've got Jack Simpson out. we've got Theo Archibald out, we've got Jordan Graham out. When we've got them 3 players back fit, the average of age of our team goes up, the average appearances in our team goes up. So we can't forget about them 3 players, because they're 3 hugely experienced players for us. Now, if you had Omar and Darren Prattley in there, Sean Clare, Tom James, we have got a really good mix. So, like I say, we've got them out. Hopefully, Jordan and Jack will be back very quickly, and then obviously it improves our experience.
Lingy, we've kind of touched on the loan market already, but we've utilised it quite heavily in this window. So what are the big advantages of the loan market for a club like us? And obviously, in recent years, we've used it really well, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that if you look at the market, you get value for money. You know, if you look at the 6 players that we took in on loan, and if you could put the money they're earning at their football clubs and what we're paying for them, you're getting massive value for money. You know, you're getting players that are on, you know, really good salaries at their clubs, and the value is there. But you know, they've got to be the right ones. I mean, because sometimes you can go into the loan market and, you know, people that sort of just passing through your club, but we don't use it like that. They're a big part of what we're about. And I think the one that Gaffer built up earlier in terms of Idris has come back and used us twice, or been with us for 2 periods. Charlie Kelman's the same. So if, as I say, if you look at the value for money, we couldn't sign them 6 players on their full salaries within our football club. Impossible. But because we're taking them on loan and we're paying percentages of their salary, it makes it so much more value for money for us as a football club. Of course, they're young. Most of them are going to be young, and most of them are going to be still finding their way. But there's talent, you know, because they're being paid at the football clubs they're within for the talent they've got, and we just want to utilise that and give them. You know, if they come with us and have a year and have a really good year, and then they go back to their clubs and have been a success for us, we're happy with that. You know, we're happy with that. But there's also the chance that, you know, their club want them to go out again next year, or their club might be thinking of maybe letting them go down the line, and we can be sitting there waiting if that comes about. But the big thing is the value for money for me.
And Gaffer, it is a young squad, and you said recently that you feel like we are going to get better and better as the season goes on. Just why is that?
Well, we'll get to learn to play with each other more. The little mistakes that young players make, they will go through them experiences. We've now got 4 or 5 young players that have not played in front of big crowds. We've now experienced it against Birmingham, a technical team that are really, really experienced at the level, away at Charlton in front of a big ground where it was hectic. So you need to go through certain experiences for them young players to come out the other side, learn from it, realise what has happened and why it has happened. And then when they experience it again, they make better decisions. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably at this stage, George, a lot of teams, more or less, for Birmingham, will improve. 100% Birmingham will improve. But we've got so much improvement in us. It really excites me, the group of players that we've got. And the performances, honestly, it doesn't interest me that we've got no points. I would like more points, but the performance gives me so much heart and so much belief going forward that we're not just young players that are young and naive but have ability, but we don't have work rate and the athleticism and the aggression to go with it. We have got a lot of facets of the game right in the first 3 games. And if we can continue that, I've no doubt that Millwall wasn't the strongest Millwall team, but if you put a lot of Millwall's team on Saturday, a lot of them would get in Bolton's team, a lot of them would get in Charlton's team. They've still got a lot of players experienced at championship level. So, you know, we went there and put on a really good performance, and we'll just keep getting better and better, more experienced, more resilient. Our game management will become better, and our decision making will become better.
And just very lastly then, Gaffer, so I've concluded the window with 2 incomings today. What are you hoping to get from Josh and Jack?
Yeah, so in terms of Josh, we want competition for our goalkeeper. We've spoke to Sam, and we think that Sam is now at an age, he's 27 years old. We think that he wants to be, and the conversations that we've had, he wants to play. And I understand the frustration. He came here to compete. He pushed Solbrin last year. And he's got to the stage now where he wants to play week in, week out. So we're going to allow that to happen. We hope that Sam can find a club in the next week or so. We believe that it will go to the conference, or that market will remain open. So then forward, we need someone that will push Zach and push him and try and test him to get into the first team. George, we've gone through so many keepers this year with Martin, and the cost of a experienced League One goalkeeper now is extortionate. You know, I'm not going to name the club, but there's a club that are not too dissimilar to us, probably the same size, maybe a little bit bigger in terms of their average attendance. They're paying 650 grand a year for 2 goalkeepers, and they're both experienced, both number ones. And as you can imagine, we just can't do that. We just can't do that. So we've gone down the loan route. We've gone with someone who's a little bit different than Zach. He's a young goalkeeper with Republic of Ireland international experience. He's very, very good with his feet, but he's also not on his first loan. He's had experience with Barnet, and when he went to Barnet last year, won a lot of football games. So we're pleased to have him in, and like we say, we'll work with Sam, but Sam has expressed his desire to play games. And with Jack, I'm aware of Jack from when he played for Wimbledon. He then got a big money move to Oxford, and it's just not worked out. Whatever reason, obviously the level championship is difficult. I do know that Oxford have 2 experienced left backs in Joe Bennett and Greg Lee, so maybe his pathway is just a little bit blocked there. So it's perfect for us to come to us, develop him, and if it works out and he gets back in Oxford team, then fantastic. But like Martin said, the fee that Oxford paid and the wages that Jack is on is something that we could never do. But if he develops really well for us and we're successful, then if he doesn't go back to Oxford and get in their team, then maybe we can develop him and sign him on a permanent contract further down the line.